Hello, and welcome back to the Rainy Day Podcast. I'm your host, Jack Stone, and today I'm joined by two of Foxborough's finest boys, the greatest gentlemen that ever walked the scene, Mr. Jack Franceschelli and Matt Suess.
Hello.
How we doing?
So, how are you guys? Let's start this off fresh. Let's start this off raw. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Swell. So,
Good to hear.
we were just talking about this. We were just talking about Seuss's insane memory. Ridiculous. Apparently, the news on the street, the word on the road is that you are very good with birthday dates.
I am. It's a weird thing. Like, I couldn't tell you what the hell we did in math class 3 weeks ago, but I could hear a birthday 8 years ago, and I'll remember it to this day. It's weird, and there's it's not only birthdays. There's other like events that happen on a certain day, and I can just remember it just like that.
Like what do you mean like small events? Like
this is gonna sound ridiculous, but I remember I've been to Six Flags twice in my entire life, and I remember the 2 days I went.
what? What were they?
Yep.
The hell?
The first one was August 27th, 2007, and
What?
July 30th, 2013.
Bro, you're weird.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's
I know.
insane.
I don't even try to remember. It's in my brain.
And then the funny thing is he's so good with his memory, but my memory is just god awful. Like I can't remember anything.
Maybe he's like siphoning all your brain juices into his own. That's
Yeah, that's what I'm starting to
Perhaps.
think.
Well, let me see. So you said let me give you a few names. I want you to tell me the dates. Tell me their
Alright.
birthday, or just like around the area.
I'll
Let
try.
me give you some easy ones. When is Logan's birthday?
Oh, that's easy. September 1st.
September 1st. When is Chad Burst's birthday?
Ooh. I'm gonna say August 23rd.
I don't know if he was born. I think he might have been just came into existence one day as like a 45-year-old man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Balding.
They came in. He was a baby. They shaved his head. Like, that's it. You're a man now. That's what Mark said.
That receding hairline is giving it birth.
Receding. It had to have been there in the first place for it to have been receding. That's just non-existent. Oh, quick little thing. What color do you think Salgi's hair is? Because I've been wondering this all day.
I'd probably say black.
Black, right?
I'd probably say, yeah, it's
Maybe.
like black, but it's like skin tight.
he keeps that under locks.
I'm gonna say dark brown. And you know what? I don't think he shaves his head with normal like buzzers.
No?
I think he takes like a cheese grater and just fucking goes to Pound Town on his head because he just seems like that.
That kind of guy. Rumor has it,
Yeah.
I heard he has a goat that he falls asleep with every night, and the goat chews his hair every morning to give him that fresh cut look. You know what I mean?
I heard that too, actually.
I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt
That's
it.
ridiculous. What about Teddy? What's Teddy's birthday?
Oh, November 30th.
November. What? That's ridiculous. You're blowing my mind right now. That's crazy. Well,
Seuss, when's my birthday?
August 3rd, same day as Tom Brady's.
Yeah.
That one's easy.
that's crazy.
Yeah, true.
Well, okay, Jack, I got one for you. When is Ariel's birthday? Give me an honest answer. Give me a real answer, Jack. Come on.
Dude,
Honest
I
answer.
have
Give me a real
no
answer.
idea.
Be straight with me.
Alright, I'll take a guess.
Give me a guess. You got a 1 in 365 chance.
I don't know. Do you even know the answer?
I do know the answer.
Okay.
I also know the answer.
Do you? That's
You
good.
guys are weird, man.
It's common knowledge.
There's a reasoning. There's a reason why, though. I'll let him guess first.
I'm gonna say January 2nd.
Ooh.
Nope.
What is it?
What is it?
It'll be October 27th, the same day as Miss McAllister's, because the reason I know that is because sophomore and junior year, I had Ariel in my ASL class with Miss McAllister, and every year she'd make a big deal about it, and it was just one of those things I can't forget. You know what I mean?
You are on
I'd
fire,
like to.
Seuss.
I'd like to, but I just can't.
Seuss, you're a one of a kind, buddy.
You're a savant. You know what? You actually might be. Do you think you're a savant?
You know, maybe.
That's crazy. Because like normally savants like have they have like they're like special ed or whatever. But there's very rare cases where they're like really smart, or not like
I
normal people.
honestly,
They're really smart.
it's weird. Like I don't know like phone numbers or like addresses
Oh,
or license plate numbers, but it's just birthdays. I don't know.
birthdays.
It's
Well,
weird.
that's good. Well, you're gonna be a good husband one day. You know what I mean?
Thank
Well,
you. Thank you.
Your wife is
also,
not gonna be mad at
Seuss,
you.
you know, like basically anybody in town. Like I could point to just someone random, you know, in like the supermarket, and you'd be like, "Oh, that's so and so," you know. He's like
Uh,
he's very good with that too, you
I
know.
guess it's just I don't know because I know a lot of people in town,
Well,
and
you're a
my
good
family
townie.
is like well known in
Yeah,
town.
he's a townie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Uh,
pretty much, I guess.
well, that leads. Actually, I got a question about this. I was wondering about your uncle. Your uncle's a pretty big football guy, so I've heard.
Yeah, Dougie.
Dougie, isn't he?
He
What's
is.
his situation
Uh, Define situation.
sexually?
Um, I mean, I would disclose the information,
Mm.
but
How about you
I
declose the
mean,
situation?
what is this? What is this podcast rated? Are we looking at like
Well,
PG,
whoa.
PG-13?
What kind of information are you?
I didn't know it was gonna go this far.
Yeah, right.
Neither did I.
No, but so he's isn't he in charge? Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's in charge of the Pop Warner Football League. Is that right, or he's a strong part in that?
Strong party would be the vice president.
That's wow. Now that's crazy because you played football. How long have you played football for?
After this year was my 6th year.
6 years. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Is it a family thing or is it just a him thing?
It's a family thing. I'd say. Actually, you know what? It's a little of both.
Yeah.
I'd say.
He kind of took it to another level though.
Yeah. Oh, obviously.
Well, that's awesome. How does it feel having like? Because every kid, you know what I mean? What is like a third of the grade plays football. So like, how does it feel, kind of having that kind of family recognition, family ties?
Well, we had 34 seniors this year on the football team,
Mm.
and a bunch of them like in Pop Warner. A bunch of the kids' dads coach, like Cade's dad, Devin's,
yeah.
Mike's. They all were coaches in Pop Warner. OD's dad. I only had my uncle coach 1 year because I couldn't play until 7th grade because they had a weight restriction. I was
Really?
always so I could never really play when
That's so
we were
funny.
younger, 6th grade.
That's awesome. That's right. I remember that. I remember I was on the. I only played for 1 year. I was on the B
Yeah,
team.
I remember that.
And I remember seeing. I remember you. I remember seeing the A team. And if ever you got any guys that don't know, the eight. It's divided into kind of like weight and kind of age a little bit too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, age, weight, more on the weight side.
Pretty
than
much
age.
the bigger kids aren't going to be playing with like the 5-year-olds. You know what I mean?
So, for example, I wouldn't be playing with a wicked small kid
Which
in
is
Pop Warner.
for good.
Because
For good
Seuss
reason.
would probably kill him.
Probably
Yeah,
decimate
for
them, dude.
one.
I remember. I don't know if you remember this because this was a while. This was probably 6th or 7th grade. There was you, and then there was Sam Panico that was on your team.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
That kid,
Oh,
was
yeah.
that kid was a riot.
Big boy.
He used to. I remember seeing him. I think didn't they have to? Rumor has it on the little B team rumor that they had to order him an extra size, like a double XXL football jersey because none of the jerseys you guys had fit him.
Well,
that
they
true?
didn't order one, but they brought one down from
brought
the
one
high
down.
school because none of the Pop Warner jerseys fit him.
That's so. Was he any good? He was good, right?
Not really. Not in Pop Warner.
No.
No. And I mean, as he went on, in high school, he got better.
Mm.
But that was his first time playing football.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I think
he's always too big.
he's
And then
imposing.
one
You
time-
know what I mean? Yeah. It was cool to see him. It was cool to see. It was funny because we looked up to you guys. You're like, oh my god, there's the A team. You guys literally were the A team. You were the literal A team.
Yeah, we
That was
were.
pretty cool to
But
see.
unfortunately, that year we went 1-8.
Yeah,
So
not so great. I think we didn't.
not
do
so
great
not
either.
so A team like.
Not
But
so A team. Well, he still got the title though. Do you?
yeah.
Are you gonna miss football?
Oh, no doubt, dude. I mean, I didn't play as much as the other guys. Some of the other guys played 10, 11 years.
Mm.
I only played 6, but it was something I always look forward to. Like
Mm.
at the end of one of the football seasons, I'd be like, all right, next week back in the weight room.
That's respectable. That's awesome. Yeah,
It's definitely it was hard the last game on Thanksgiving. Not gonna lie, I shed a few tears. It was tough.
I get you. Well, that's how you know it's real, though.
Exactly.
That's awesome. You're gonna miss your buddies, your football buddies.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be
That's
weird
sad.
not taking the field in August next year.
That's gonna be. You're gonna come back, catch a few games.
Probably.
If you got the
Odds
time.
are.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be sad. No, I mean it's all these things you kind of you grew up with the past 4 years at least you grew up with like
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
after school walking by the fields, going into the locker room, giving oral to Mike
Yeah.
Henry, all the things that are so
Absolutely.
dead, that are so concrete with the football.
Before
team.
Coach Martinelli catches us. You know.
Hey, what's going on in there? Oh, not the coach.
Boys, take it easy.
Plenty
I
to
love
go
Coach.
around. Well, that's shit. Well, that's awesome. That's super cool. Yeah. What about you, Jack? If you would have like any kind of honestly that was so big for Suess. Have you any like sports experiences or anything like that you're gonna miss? Kind of in Foxborough.
Definitely baseball and soccer. I mean, soccer, we had a pretty successful season. I switched to soccer my junior year, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm definitely gonna miss that. And going to practices and hanging with the boys, and that was a lot of fun.
No, that's always a good time.
And baseball, I'm looking forward to this season. I think we're definitely gonna be good. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, so you're a senior this year, so you're going to be on. Were you on varsity last year, or is it kind of like a?
I was on varsity. Yeah.
You were?
Yeah.
Oh, good
Yep,
for
I
you,
was.
dude. Well,
Yeah.
this year, another year in varsity. Going to play more than everyone else. That's going to be awesome. What are you?
Yeah, it should be fun.
What position are you?
Second base.
Second base, the most crucial position in baseball, right in the middle.
Oh yeah.
That's solid. Well,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Well, okay, listen, boys, listen here. Enough chit chat. Let's get real. Let's get dirty. Let's get saucy. You know what?
Absolutely.
Let's
I've been waiting for
Let's
this,
get
man.
real.
Same.
I got a question. I was in school today, and I was telling my buddies, listen, I got the perfect guests on. I got Suess and Francis on. Suess and Francis.
Oh God.
And then I go, Suess and Francis. And I go, yeah, Suess and Francis. And they go, the party gods? And I go, pardon? They go, yeah, Suess and Francis, the party gods. And I go, tell me all about it. And they ask them when they're on the podcast, ask them all about their partying experiences, all their partying past, and their rip rompin' rampage through Foxborough. So, it leads me to the question, boys. Because you guys are such you embody party gods, what, in your opinion, is necessary, is crucial for a Slayer party?
Buffalo
Bubble
chicken dip.
Bubble wrap and condoms. Always remember, those
Listen,
are some crucial things.
You got bubble wrap and you got buffalo chicken dip. You got a ripper.
Or if you want to get saucy, like I said, add the condom. Throw some buffalo chicken dip in the condom and then wrap it in bubble wrap and then
That's crazy.
let it sit in the middle of the room.
You guys
and
are
then
madmen.
you'll catch a vibe
guys are
like no other. Let me tell you,
That's
something.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. That's a pretty Suess and Francis answer right there.
You weren't expecting that one.
I didn't expect
Absolutely
that.
not.
You were ready
Actually, you
for
were.
that. No. What do you?
Or were you?
I had it written down. Buffalo dip, and bubble wrap. Listen. Well, I mean, obviously that's a given.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys? Oh, this is good. I was wondering. When you guys were a kid, you guys would watch like movies, like you'd watch the dumb movies like High School Musical, but then you'd also watch the funny movies like Superbad that are all about like high school. Is there anything like when you were a littler kid about high school that you thought was going to happen but didn't really happen, or something like that?
I mean, I always kind of thought that being a freshman was gonna be like a living hell.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was always scared of the seniors, like especially like Necto with his beard and stuff. Like
Yeah.
he was pretty scary, but little me, I'm like I was probably like 5'2" freshman year. Well, still am, but no, I'm just kidding.
No, but you working now. I mean, you got a good.
Yeah, but like when I was like more, on the small side, I definitely was a little bit more scared of the upperclassmen. But I mean, that definitely changed because I realized that they don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Could you guys name like 5 freshmen? Because I don't think I can.
Honestly, no.
This year,
Yeah. Well, could you
Let's
name
see.
5 of their birthdays, Sue? You could probably do that. You're pretty
Yeah.
good at us, I heard.
probably. 5 freshmen.
Why is that so hard?
Because they're irrelevant. You know what I mean? I'm not. We're not big scary seniors, but like we have no contact with them. I guess.
Yeah, like we're just so focused on what we're doing, we're not really focused on like them.
I know. Yeah.
Like the other day, actually no, it was last week. I was walking in the hall and I looked up and there was like a kid that was about 5'1", and I literally almost stepped on him. Not even like lying. Dude. Like I was like, whoa! He goes, oh, I'm sorry.
That's awesome.
Roach, watch me fucking walking,
That's
man.
great. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. It feels pretty good being seniors this area. It's something fresh, liberating about being seniors.
You just like
You got more power. You know what I mean?
you're the big man on campus.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know what's crazy?
What?
3 months from this day, or actually
Oh
no,
my God.
little less than 3 months away, we're graduated.
Oof. That's
And
heavy, dude.
That's just insane.
That's
Dude,
tough.
I remember freshman year, like it was nothing, man. Like
I
it
know.
was like
It's
last
crazy.
week.
It was ridiculous, man. Being a little tiny freshman and going, oh yeah, 4 years away. That's like a third of my life. You know what I mean? That's so far
Dude,
away.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I was working last week with Robert Terrio, and it was the end of the shift at the good old Dairy Queen,
Oh yeah.
and it wasn't busy. We were just finishing up, and he goes, "You know what, Suess?" I'm like, "What, Rob?" He goes, "Man, I can't believe there's only 50-something school days left. I think now after today it's 53."
Oh my God.
And I'm like, dude, this is insane. I don't know where the time went. And then we were just bringing up, reminiscing
Yeah,
about middle
just
school
old
memories,
times.
bro.
That's
Think
awesome.
about it.
Ugh.
If you can remember something from 7th grade, that was 5 years ago.
Wow.
Oh, you're killing me,
5
sis.
years ago, dude. I can't. That's unreal.
I don't know.
I still remember Al Sharman freaking out. Solo, get out,
Solo. Get
And the
outta
thing
here.
is, it was always Solo. It was always him.
I forgot about that
Oh,
kid.
dude.
That's right. Oh
Hey,
my
you know
God.
what?
Where is he? Is he in like Dorchester or
I heard he
something?
grew
I
wings and
got an
flew away.
Instagram notification yesterday. It said your Facebook friend Salo Mendez is now on Instagram. And I looked at it, and he posted a picture.
Oh my
To this day,
God.
Al Sharman's DMing him saying, Solo, get out.
He's little nightmares in his sleep. Mr. Sharman's
Yeah.
falling asleep in class and just going,
Falling asleep in class with his freaking heart on. Rock
Oh,
hard.
God.
Oh my God. I
Eating
was.
whole clementines.
Oh, my
That's
God.
right. Then he'd go home on his Harley and just play basketball, shoot threes for days. He was an all-star in college for basketball. He was a legend for it.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, he was really good at basketball.
Yeah, I remember when the Harlem Wizards came to the school and he
Oh,
went down
yeah.
to shoot the free throw.
That's right.
Everybody was getting like amped.
Oh,
He missed the
God.
first one,
Didn't he,
and
do
then
it behind the shot?
shoot another one.
Remember that
And he
substitute
made one
teacher that did that behind the he faced the other direction. He threw it behind his back and he got it in.
Yeah,
It was ridiculous. I remember my only memory from 7th grade. I have a lot of memories, but my best memory from 7th grade was Mr. Malconey's class.
Oh my God, dude!
I remember him.
Great
Yeah.
guy.
First off,
he was breeding. What are those little green bugs? Praying mantises.
yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then someone knocked over the praying mantis container, and it like probably 300 baby praying mantises got loose in the room.
Oh hell no,
Oh, boy.
hell no.
And like he didn't figure out until the next day, but like half of they all ate each other, and there was like 5 left. There was it was like a little massacre down there. But
Dude, those things are so creepy, dude.
they're
Hell no.
big. Well, they're scary.
Dude,
Yeah.
that guy was the man, though. I remember some of his sayings. Like, he absolutely loved, what was it called? Duck
Duck
Dynasty.
Dynasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
He'd
whistle.
come in and he'd be like, happy, happy, happy. Every single day.
Because he kind of had the beard going, right?
Well, he was such a good country guy.
He had that,
you know what I mean?
that goatee thing going on there.
That's right.
Right.
I feel he was an awesome guy. He was a great guy.
Absolutely. One of my favorite teachers at the
Ever.
Internet.
I think ever. I put him in my top 10. He was great.
I put him in my top 20. Not gonna
Miss
lie.
Piscatelli was
Top
awesome.
35, maybe 40.
top 48, you know.
You know what? I didn't really like him that much, actually. Looking back on it, not so great. No, he's an awesome guy.
But did you
what's up?
guys ever? Oh, sorry to interrupt. But
Go
did
for
you guys ever have Mr. Mash and Miss
I
Piscatelli?
did. I was in your class.
Oh yeah. I know you. But Jackson, did you have Mr. Mash?
Mr. Mash? No.
Oh, dude, they
Sixth
were
grade.
awesome.
What grade was that?
They were 6th. Dude, they were awesome. Like, Miss Piscatelli just didn't care. Like, me and Suess would just go out and play catch the football in, like, the middle. Like, what was that little area called? Where like, the
Yeah.
The courtyard.
like garden? Oh, yeah, the courtyard, right.
garden.
Yeah.
Seuss, let's go to the garden. Toss the
Let's go
ball.
to the garden and play catch. Throwing all sorts of things out here.
Oh.
Different things and such.
No, that was an awesome grade. Just that whole school was phenomenal.
All right. What house were you guys in 8th grade?
I
I
was
had
in,
house B.
oh
I had
god,
A.
I don't know which one was Miss Roach on.
Oh, that was house B.
That was
That's B.
B.
Oh
Ugh,
my god. dude.
terrible.
I had, like, McDonald and...
Yeah?
Yeah.
She was nice though. I heard.
Yeah,
Mr.
I don't
Gill.
really remember, though. I don't know why.
I got a story to tell about Miss Roshan.
Tell me the Roshan story.
All right, so I remember it clear as day. I couldn't tell you the day though. I'm good with days, but I don't remember.
Not that good.
Anyways, I had like for the elective thing, like most people had like the Holocaust or like theme in like film or whatever.
Yeah.
I ended up having the double math because I had math like the second to last block, and then I had math enrichment. So, anyways, I had that. So what we were gonna do is we were reviewing the first period, and then we were gonna take the test, the second one. And I go, Miss Roshan, when the period ends, do you think I could run to the bathroom real quick before we start the quiz? Oh, sure, no problem, sweetheart, no problem. So the bell rings, and I go, and then I come back, and she goes, where did you go? I said, I went to the bathroom, like you let me. And she goes, oh, I didn't say you could go to the bathroom, go to the office. And I was like,
my
bruh.
God, that's such a her thing to
I
do.
was like, you literally just said I could go to the bathroom. No, I didn't go to the office.
Oh, it's so stupid.
So after going back and forth with her for another 26 seconds, I finally decided to just go down to the office. And I go up there and they're like, what can I do for you? I'm like, yeah, Miss Roshan sent me down here for going to the bathroom with her permission. And
Wait,
she goes,
who's,
all right, just sit here for like 5 minutes and then go
Oh my
back.
God, who was she?
What's that?
What's up, Jack?
Oh, I was saying, who's that substitute teacher? Oh, Miss Shapiro. Dude, Miss Shapiro, that story just reminded me of her because she used to like, I don't know, she used to say something and then afterwards she would get all upset. So she'd be like, hey, get out! And then you'd get out and then like 2 minutes later, right? She'd come out in the hallway and she'd be like crying and she'd be like, honey, I'm so sorry. I yelled at you.
Dude, I don't remember who it was, but somebody went up to get a tissue and blow their nose, and she sent them out of the room.
Oh my
She
God,
was crazy.
She
People
was
used to
Human
nuts.
rights, right?
Dude, people used to think that she would live in the
school.
school.
That's awesome. Do you guys remember the technology teacher? What was her name?
Mrs.
Isaac.
Isaacson.
Isaacson or
I
whatever.
remember. I think it was Anthony or somebody went up to her and then, oh, can I use the bathroom? And she just looked at him and went, fine. He left the room. She was clueless, dude.
Remember the plastic we used to make? And like you
That's
could mix it in
right.
like a car or something.
Dude, that stuff was so stupid,
That was
man.
that whole class was stupid. The plastic was like the cool day. It was like,
was
oh, cool,
pointless.
making
That
little
class,
cars.
I took nothing out of that class.
No, I don't know if you remember
Absolutely
this.
nothing.
We used to
Like-
play Counter Strike. We used to get like, were you in that class?
I wasn't in that class. I don't know.
Me and Yusuf figured out that we could play Counter Strike. It's like Call of Duty on the computer.
Yep.
And so she'd say, "Okay, go to the computer and do your lessons." So like 15 boys would all go over to the computers and we all log on to Counter Strike at the same time. And we would play Call of Duty for like an hour and then we'd all leave. But we all had like
That's
stupid
dope.
names like I think someone's name was like Milf Hunter, someone's name was like Logan's mom, someone's name was like all stupid crap like that. And she'd come over and look at it and she'd be like, What is this? And we'd
Cheryl
close the
Platic.
tab.
Dude, that's actually dope, though.
No,
But, like,
so awesome.
I don't think anybody took anything away from that
I
class.
can't
Like,
remember that. I can't remember anything.
yeah, it was just random things. Like, used to have to type underneath that, like, blanket thing, so, like, we couldn't look down at the keyboard. And
Class
That
with
was-
Mrs. Grant.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, I'm
that?
combining the two.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
class wasn't very fun, but I think that was a little useful. Like, you know what I mean, knowing how to type and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You could probably
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I remember in APP Tech, she'd like have like different tools and pass them around. She'd be like,
Oh,
here's this
right.
like prehistoric wrench. Like pass it around. This
the
is
Jews
back
used this in the
1845.
Holocaust. Yeah,
Like,
ridiculous.
oh my god, what is this? Why do I need this?
I heard one day she passed around a butt plug, and then Joe Freitas freaked out. Actually, that kid was a little menace in that class. That kid used to flash his nuts to everybody in that class all the time.
Freitas?
Freitas?
Yeah, Teddy used to dare him like all the time to flash his nuts. He did it like twice, I think. He used to be like,
Really?
yeah, I think I don't know. There's maybe this rumor, maybe this is B team rumors. I don't know, but middle school was a trip, guy. Middle school was a trip. What a
Yeah,
good
I
time.
It
agree.
was.
High school, I don't think high school was as good as middle school, to be truthful.
I think it's the other way around because
Really?
teachers don't hold your hand in high school, dude.
That's true. That's true.
I mean,
Eh.
I don't know. It's just me, but
What grade did you have your best teacher in? Like, who was one of your best
Ooh.
teachers?
not gonna lie, I think junior year.
Really?
Yeah, other than sixth grade.
Mm.
Junior year because I had Miss Bryant, who I think is the best teacher in the school. I may be a little biased, but like, no offense to Kaiser. Kaiser's in my top
He's
3.
awesome. He's in my top 35, right up there with Mr. McConaughey.
Kaiser's
He's my
the
top
man.
162. So, yeah. And then I did actually have Kaiser junior year. That's right. I had him for America at War.
That's awesome.
I had Miss Bryant. I had Mr. Bain. Not many people are a fan of him, but I liked him because my class had 9 kids.
Oh,
We didn't really cause trouble, and we had a lot of fun, so
Mm.
I liked him. And then Mr. James is, oh my god, Mr. James is the man. He's like quirky and like nerdy and whatever, but he's at the
Yeah,
end of
he's
the day,
cool.
He's a good
He's a
guy.
funny fuck, I'll tell you that.
Oh my god, he came in my art class today and he said, Jake Selenius was showing me a video of a guy shotgunning a chicken to death, which I don't know why. And then Mr. James walked over and he saw it and I thought he was gonna like freak out and he goes, "Hey, look up baseball player hits bird." And we're like, "What?" He goes, "Look up baseball player hits bird."
Randy
Yeah,
Johnson.
Yeah. He threw a 98-mile-per-hour pitch and a bird flew right in the middle of it.
Oh,
and
I've seen that.
exploded.
That's like
Yeah.
perfect
Dude, the
timing.
feathers go everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like evaporated. For anyone out there that's listening, go to YouTube right now. Look up Randy Johnson hits bird with baseball. It's like 20 seconds long. You're gonna cream your jeans. It's awesome.
Just explodes.
It's ridiculous. It's like human. I don't know, man. That was ridiculous. No, but he's an awesome teacher. He's a great guy too. What about you, Jack?
I'd probably go junior year also because I had a lot of good teachers. I had Kaiser.
Mm.
I had Miss Joseph. She's awesome.
She's great.
Yeah, I had a lot of Mr. Callahan.
Oh,
Dude,
what a great
honestly
guy.
though, that was a great year.
That was a good year.
Yeah.
Just a good year. Good teachers.
Yeah.
Mr. Callahan. By the time I graduate high school, I'll have had him for almost half my high school career.
That's awesome, man. It's good when
He's
you
a
got
great
good
teacher.
Yeah. Well,
Awesome teacher.
it's that's all. It's great. I mean, because a good teacher can just like literally you'll love the subject if you have a good teacher, and you'll actually learn stuff. But a bad teacher can just you wouldn't care. You won't care at all if you have a bad teacher. And that's
Children.
Oh yeah, totally.
that's what
Wow,
my
sorry,
favorite teacher
guys.
is, Miss Roshan. Again, just an
Oh,
all-star. I don't know if you guys remember recycling club in the middle school.
oh yeah.
I don't know how the hell they thought of this. This was genius. They're like, hey, come join recycling club. Yeah, you'd go from classroom to classroom collecting their trash, like, and then you'd leave. That was the whole club. What a
Isn't that
shit.
the janitor's like job?
Yeah, the janitors, the lunch lady's like, hey, come join cooking club, and it's like, you just make lunch. Come join
Yeah.
clean the floor club.
You're just doing their jobs for them.
Stupid as that.
The janitors. Hey, come join
Recycling Go Green Club.
Might as well just get a part-time job at Dooley, bro.
Come join the sweep the floor club.
Well, what we used to do, we carry those big trash can barrels, and one of us would jump in the barrel and like scare people when we walked by. But we always knew the teachers that had candy in their room, so we'd go to certain teachers' rooms, just go to their drawer and grab like a handful of Jolly Ranchers, go to the next person, get a handful of Snickers and a handful of, there's like
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
CVS, dude. But the biggest heist, I call this the heist of 09 or whatever it was, Miss Roshan's room, because it was like the day after Halloween, and I guess she had like 3 bags of like Jolly Ranchers, and we were like, you know what, we're hitting all star. We brought in our bandit masks, we brought in our communication, our like radars and stuff. Like, okay, let's go.
Absolutely.
We made sure no one was in the hallway. We walked. It was me and Akeem, and we walked in the hallway. We were pushing it, just looking normal. Okay, let's go. Walked inside her room. Very expertly, I was kind of like dumping the trash, so I was like playing the character. And he walked and he opened the drawer. Bam! There it was, 3 bags of Jolly Ranchers. So he
Wow.
reached inside, and he pulls one, he throws it in the trash can, grabs another one, throws it in the trash can, pulls up a third. I was in awe from it. And I was supposed to be keeping watch, and she walks back into the room. She walks back into the room as we're taking like the Jolly Ranchers out of her drawer. We're like, oh shit!
Oh.
So we drop it, and so I nudge him, and he drops it, and a bunch of papers fall on the ground too near it. And I'm like, she's like, oh, you guys get in the trash? And we're like, oh. He was freaking out. I was like, yep. And I walked over and I grabbed all the papers that looked that had fallen, and scooped up the Jolly Ranchers, and I threw it in the trash can. Gotta go! And we ran. We fucking booked
Wow.
it, dude. And we got back, and we got the Jolly Ranchers, and we left. It was a great day. It was a good day for Stone and Smart.
Now that's a
Now-
heist.
Yeah, dude.
Who set you up with that one, Lester?
Cycling
That
club.
fuck?
Yeah, right.
He set you up with that one?
That was a good time. Okay, boys. Let's get real.
Stoner.
What's
Stoner,
up?
I got a question for you, but actually not a question.
What's up?
It's more of a compliment.
Mm.
Speaking of cream in the jeans, I was absolutely loving you and Ricchio's interview session
Oh.
there this morning.
Did you see?
Yeah, we ended up using it for our newscast.
Did you really? Wait, you
Yep.
guys, you cut out the vulgar profanity. I hope.
We had to. Callahan liked it. He thought it was funny, but he goes, "Listen, we can't use this for the camp." So we're like, all right,
That's unfortunate. Yeah, I understand. It was my bad. I should have
you know what?
been a bit
We
more
saved it though.
respectable. That's
We're gonna put it in our dirty
your spank
file
bank.
for the end of the year.
Gotcha.
We got a lot of
Yeah.
rated R cuts. So
rated R cuts. It's just a bunch of people saying the N word over and over.
yeah, we have a few like funny vulgar scenes from Mr. Callahan's room, different projects we've done. So
That's what I like about film class. He's a pretty chill teacher. He'll let
Yeah,
you know
he
you're
is.
a
Yeah,
walk.
he is.
We fun fact actually, we had intro to communication arts, which is like the film class, and
yep.
I did a full sex scene, and he was like, "That's pretty cool, but make it a little bit classy." I was like, "Jesus, you're a stone cold killer, Mr. Callahan. You're cold as ice."
Who was the scene with?
It was
Yourself?
also me. Yeah,
Just
it was a
Mr.
mirror.
Callahan.
It was.
Oh god. I just got an image in my mind.
Oh,
Oh,
get rid of it. That's gonna be the thumbnail for the
Keep it
video.
there.
It's gonna
What?
be his. Oh. Let's get real, boys. Let's get
let's
personal.
get real. Yep.
So, I asked this question. on every podcast, on all the podcasts. You've probably already heard the question before. It's a pretty famous question on the internet, but I really want to know your guys' 2 cents on the issue.
All right.
So, here's the premise: was Tarzan a virgin before Jane came, or this is important, or did he beat Gorilla Cheeks?
He beat Gorilla Cheeks.
You know what? I'm gonna keep it nice and simple. No explanation needed.
Yep.
Beat Gorilla Cheeks.
Oh, you know what? You're the first person to give me a true, honest answer, Suess. I appreciate that.
I don't have to explain myself.
Say it like
I
it
think
is. It's logic. You know
it's
what?
just logic.
I like
It
that.
is.
I like that very much.
I agree.
That's good. It's very smart. I mean, if you were in that situation, you'd have to, right? You could not, right?
No doubt, dude. I wouldn't turn
No.
turn away that opportunity.
What about you, Jack? Tell me how would you do it? How would you make love to a gorilla?
I wouldn't.
Let's say you had to.
If I had to?
What would be step 1? Set up
What
the
kind of
mood.
weird scenario is this?
Let's role play a little bit. I'll be the gorilla. You be
What can I be?
You can. Oh, do you want to be the waiter? I mean, all right. This is the situation. So we're going out to Friendly's. Jack brought me out to a nice date at Friendly's. He has to try to romance me to get me back to his house, and you're gonna be the waiter, Suess, who's also his wingman. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh,
What's going on?
hey guys. Sorry to interrupt, but it's Josh. I'm gonna be your waiter tonight.
Ooh.
Just go ahead and go home and fuck him already, man.
Ooh.
All right. I'm not putting on this hat no more.
Ooh. 1 banana, please. Jack's banana, please. Ooh.
Oh, God.
Coming right up.
What's the waiter's gonna help you? Coming right up.
This is just a porno that we filmed in Mr. Callahan's class.
Yeah. Behind the scenes, little behind the scenes work.
Well,
Senior
nothing-
video.
it's just you and a gorilla.
Hey, the gorilla from SpongeBob.
That's right.
Hey, yo, Mr. C, my project's done. Want to show it to the class? Yes.
They showed her the principal. She's like, "What did you
GMP
do?"
walks in at the wrong moment.
Oh my god! And then Mr. K's just in the background, just clapping really slowly. Oh my god! That'd be
and
great.
then Walensky peeks his head through the window, and I pull out a pocket knife, and I'm like, "Listen, Walensky,
Listen
if you don't
here.
leave in 2 seconds, bad
I'll
things are
send
gonna
your ass
happen."
back down to Buster Brown Town. You know who's in the suit? Who's in the gorilla suit? You know who it is. You know it's David Pierce. Naturally, obviously that's who would be in the gorilla suit.
Or
No, he's in the turkey suit.
That's
Or-
right. Or what?
is Trentinella.
Oh. No,
That's
he's the bald eagle.
he's the bald eagle.
I just had an image pop into my head of him like dancing like a gorilla.
He kind of looks like a gorilla, actually.
Why
Yeah.
am I doing this?
Dude, he's just always pissed.
Oh my!
Stack your fucking chest.
So you back-
Everybody remain seated until the bell rings.
Oh my! Has you ever tried talking to you guys, like having small talk with you guys? It's like
Nope.
it's like it's his job to be as socially awkward as possible. You know what I mean?
He's like if you have a basketball from recess, he'll just come over and start spinning it on one finger. Puts it down and goes, nice.
Bounces it,
So
shoots,
what's new?
misses. Bad basketball.
So, What'd you get on your last ELA test?
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't take ELA. Okay.
Maybe you
Well,
should.
Did you watch? Did you watch the hockey game last night?
Did you watch
Nah.
the porno? Oh, whoa.
Whoa, Mr.
Whoa.
Pierce. Mr. Pierce. You know what he did that cracked me up? I was in Mr. DeBona's room one day. I think this was last year, and Mr. DeBona. It was quiet. It was silent. Mr. DeBona was typing away on his computer. Mr. Pierce walks in quietly. Stands right behind him, right behind his desk, right behind his back. Looks over his shoulder. Mr. DeBona is still typing. Then he stops. He looks up, and he turns around and he stares at Mr. Pierce right in the eyes. Goes, huh? And then Mr. Pierce walks away, and then Mr. DeBona looks at us and goes, what the hell was that? Something's rotten in Pittsburgh, let me tell you.
Let me tell you something. Mr. DeBona is one of the funniest guys.
He is a treasure.
It's
Him and
funny.
Mr. A, name a better duo.
Oh my
wait.
god. They go together like peanut butter and jam. They're too good.
Like cigarettes and a lighter.
Cigarettes and a lighter, like Cheech and Chong. Too good. Too good.
Absolutely.
Did you know that he's Miss Releva's uncle?
I did.
Really?
I did
I
not
did
know
know
that
that.
until a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I
Huh.
can see that actually. They kind of got the same kind of. They kind of make like noises a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I never had Miss Releva, so
Oh, no?
I really wouldn't know that.
I missed that.
Ooh,
Oh, you would've
fun
loved this.
fact.
What's
You guys might not know this, but Mr. Kaiser's related to Mrs. Waz. Did you know
yeah,
that?
I was just gonna
Really?
say, wasn't there like another like teacher
Yeah.
going
Yeah, it's
on?
them.
What's their relationship?
I think they're brother and sister.
I don't
think they're brother and sister.
I don't think so. I think they might be cousins.
No. Like it's like either I don't know,
like
like
her sister's
stepbrother
married
or like
to her.
I don't know what it is. It's
I-
something like
I know he is a stepdad. I do know that, but I feel like this would have come up before.
Kaiser's a stepdad.
I know he has a stepdad. Because his
Oh,
first,
geez.
I think his
oh
first dad,
yeah.
something happened to his first dad.
Oh.
I can't remember. He got caught in a gorilla suit. I've heard.
Yeah.
And he went on a date with me. Yeah.
And it was all shown in Mr. Callahan's film class.
I don't know what would be scarier.
For the senior video.
Going he was the
As the song "Eye of the Tiger" plays in the back.
but like not the official version, like a xylophone and clarinet duet version.
Well, or even perhaps like one of those YouTube videos where it's a lyric video, but you can't play the actual song or it's copyright, so they have to like lower the.
Yes.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah. They feel like
So
make it
it
a little bit
sounds
deeper.
different?
It sounds different. Or like
Yeah.
watch an episode of Family Guy on YouTube, but it's a little bit faster or a little bit slower, and you.
Exactly. I was thinking that, but you know what? I like the clarinet and what was the other
The
instrument?
xylophone.
Xylophone duo. I like
The
that.
jewel of New England. The xylophone.
Yes.
If you guys could play any instrument flawlessly, what would it be?
Guitar.
Yeah.
I'd say the drums.
The drums. You know, that's. Tell me why.
I don't know. I like making beats. I guess like I don't know. Like I'll just find myself like I'm not good at it by any means, but like beatboxing in myself or like making beats with pencils in
I've
class
seen you
or
doing that
something.
a few times before. Yeah. Well,
How about you, Jackson? How about you?
I think it would have to be the probably the recorder. Yeah. I think it's a pretty
Little
undervalued
BAG.
Yeah, little hot cross buns.
Action going on.
Yeah,
Hot
you know
cross
what I mean?
buns, yep.
Hot cross buns.
Hot cross buns. What's the rest of that song? I can't remember it.
You know, I didn't give a fuck enough to remember.
Well, everybody can play hot cross buns, but who can play like Enter the Sandman by Metallica on recorder? You know what I mean? Nobody.
That's true. Yeah.
Be the only guy
Yeah.
that could do that, or like Shape of You by Ed Sheeran on recorder.
Or like Last Resort by Papa Roach on the recorder.
I heard, actually, fun fact, that song was originally written for a recorder, but they later changed it.
Really?
Yeah, actually, majority of songs in Hollywood are written. Eminem's "Lose Yourself," yep, recorder.
Wow.
Yep. Linkin Park, half their songs are all recorded songs.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. well, we've been going. Wow, we've been going for a good amount of time here. I
We
think.
have.
I think this is a good place. I think it's a good place to say goodbye. What about you guys?
Alrighty.
Any last thoughts to get out?
Um,
You can go
nah.
first, Jack.
Oh, all right.
Make it amazing. Make sure it's great.
Any last thoughts? Well, I just wanted to thank you for giving us this time to talk to you. I mean, it's been a pleasure, and hopefully, we can all continue this sometime. It's been fun.
This would be great. I would love to have you guys back on another episode of the podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and also Jackson, when are we making this band, huh?
I don't know. We got to make this band. Me, Jack, and Nico, Suess. We're making a band. But you know what we're
You guys are
missing?
making a band?
You know what we're missing, Suess? A drummer. We're missing a drummer.
Yeah. So Seuss,
Exactly. And a
get on it.
beatboxer.
Oh boy.
We're only doing
Listen.
Papa Roach cover songs. That's all.
Listen,
we're doing.
Yes.
I got the guitar. I got the guitar. You got the recorder.
Nico has
Nico,
the
I don't know.
cello,
He can
bass,
just
whatever.
sit there, I guess.
Nico's a good singer. I got the recorder, dude. It's all covered.
Yeah. Listen,
Hell yes.
we're the next Beatles, man. I'm telling you.
The next Beatles. Okay.
Call it Papa Roach 2.0.
Well, thank you all for listening. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you, Suess.
Hey.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you so
Hey,
much.
I didn't
No
get
problem,
my last
man.
remarks.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's all right. It's all right. I just wanted to say, you know what, Stoner? I appreciate you, man. Thank you for having us on the show. I'd definitely be interested in coming back, perhaps with Jack, perhaps with somebody else. I'd love it.
Same,
I'd love
man.
to be on again.
Great
And
idea. Great time. It was a great time. This was a good time.
it was a good time.
Really
It was
definitely.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
thanks again, man, for having us. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you guys for coming on. Thank you guys for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a like, subscribe if you want, and go make sure you follow the Twitter. And I will see you guys later. Bye.
Peace.